Okay. Hey, it's your sis, the Coppernosis. Anyway, I was thinking about last year. I went to Hawaii. I grew up in Hawaii. I'm from Hawaii. My parents are still live there. I'm from Hawaii. So, I haven't been there in a long time. I hadn't been there in like 5 years or something. So I went to go visit. Like, actually, somebody sent me money. Somebody sent me a bunch of money, and like I had gotten money, so I was kind of like weird because I had money because I had some money. So it was like I call my friend. I'm like, why'd you send me this money? He's like, oh, I thought you could come visit. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be mad about that one. So I thought, well, I'm from there. I haven't been there in a long time. So anyway, this window, maybe I should pull it down. Anyway. So I go, like, my friend calls me up. I'm in Colorado, I'm in Denver. I'm trying to move over to Denver. I love Denver. So I was in Vegas, I went to Denver. And so it's my first year. I'm just kind of like, I'm supposed to stay with my sister, but whatever. This is not really supposed to stay with her, but not staying with her. But my stuff's at her house, and I get my mail there and stuff. So, and I stay there sometimes. But anyway, so I was at this cool like Airbnb, and it was the coolest. In Jefferson Park, it was a cool loft. It was so cool. Anyway, I loved it. So it was super cheap, like 75 a night. It was like, I don't even know what it was, like really cheap. It was really cheap. It was like, I stayed for like 2 or 3 weeks. That's how cheap it was. It was really cheap. And so, and gorgeous for like where I was staying. So anyway, my friend calls me. I put money in your account, or like whatever. So I go to Hawaii. Because I try, I'm on a mission to like make the world a better place. I do would like, and I don't think that what I was doing that. So I stopped, and I still feel kind of like people are still, why'd you gotta do that? It's like, well, but I don't feel like that's contributing to the world. So, well, I do feel like just not doing those things is contributing, which is weird. Sort of like not getting involved in the fight that, like, let's say everybody's getting into a big fight. And just not getting is watching, and not watching it with your fucking camera, because that's getting involved. I mean, just not getting involved. Just like, I'm not gonna fight, because I don't feel like it. I'm gonna go now, I'm gonna go, you know what I mean? Just like that. Okay, so. Anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about. So I knew I went to Hawaii. My whole main thing about this was Hawaii was gorgeous. I got great pictures. I probably put some up, whatever. I stayed a long time. My parents live there, so I stayed like Airbnb like once, or twice, but it was the same one. And I was staying with my parents most of the time. My stepmother, who's been my mother since I was like 5, 6, whatever. So I have a stepmother and a real mother. You're gonna hear about both of them, I'm sure, if I have this channel. So, well, she wasn't there most of the time. I was the one that, I was not the favorite. Let's just put it that way. I was the one that was not the favorite. Like, my dad liked me pretty much a lot. And that makes the other one that doesn't like you even worse, right? Because they're like, oh, to see what he's gonna do for you so that they can fucking house it. Whatever. So my mom, I consider my mother to have narcissistic tendencies. I don't think she was ever labeled, but I'm starting to feel like I'm good at picking them out. I can tell people that think they know what a narcissist is, and they're like, wait a second, I didn't realize. This one guy, he goes, I know exactly what a narcissist is, and then I said, well, this, and he's like, wow, I didn't know. I don't know if he had a girl narcissist, and he didn't realize a guy could be a narcissist. It was really weird. I'm like, no, it's the same. Anyway, my stepmother's, in my opinion, she narked me out since I met her. My real mom, real narky too, so it's like I have these two mothers that are narcissists. Extra fun. Anyway. But whatever. My stepmother took care of me, she went to work, when you hear, I mean, you know what I mean? it is what it is, right? So, I'm a smart person. I anyway, I don't know if I should say, you wonder what you should say, but it's like, you don't want to, it's, let's just put it this way. If you're going to take on kids, let's just put it this way. You don't have to tell them every day that they could have ended up in the, you know, if I didn't do this, you would have ended up in the, you know, on the streets, or, you would have been a foster child, or, if you're going to man up and woman up and be the mom, then don't spend the rest of the time talking about it, because actually when you do a good deed, talking about it isn't like, you're not supposed to really talk about it. You're not supposed to like, I'm doing this great deed, so like I'm putting so much on myself because I'm doing this great deed. I took on all these kids that weren't mine. And you think the kids hearing that is a great deed for them? You think that maybe, I'm not saying, but I was thinking about this the other day. You think there's no foster parents that were nicer than the parent that's saying, I did all this for you? You think that, I'm not saying all the foster parents are nice, but I'm saying, was there foster parents that would have treated me better than that parent? Maybe some woman didn't have a kid and or she just normal and, like wants to prop people up, people have hard lives, whatever. My stepmother went through what she went through, but, I think that's what's wrong with the world, is that everybody, it just treats people crappy, and then it's like accepted because it's like, well, she's taking care of you and she's your mom, and I don't know. I don't think it's okay to treat people crappy, whether they're fucking. This is what I thought about it the other day. I said it's sort of the same thing as like giving somebody an ice cream and punching them in the face. It's like, well, I've been giving you ice cream. I gave you the ice cream. Like, well, I don't really want to talk about punching you in the face. Why do we got to talk about it? Eat the ice cream. It's good. You know what I mean? Like, I treated you good. Like, the ice cream is good. I treated you good. Right? Anyway. So, anyway, I got treated, whatever, I grew up in a nice area. It's pretty nice. So, but I was the only black person, so that's a whole other thing. Not the only, but our family. Anyway, so I go back to visit, and I am on the whole trip. I'm on a whole nother trip. I don't believe in a lot of things the way that I learned that they were like religion. I don't believe in the way it's presented to us now. I believe it was a lie. Like, I was a teacher, and I believe I was teaching lies to the kids. I wasn't not a Bible teacher, so not. But I believe that the books I was teaching from, that I learned from, are lies, like I believe that they're lies. I believe that we're not getting the truth. So that's why I can't really go into a classroom. I have a problem with it. Even I started subbing, like, oh, it's okay, I'm not going to be the main teacher telling. No, you're still telling them. So, I don't totally believe in church the way, and I went to church as a kid. I mean, my dad goes to church. I got married in a church. I'm divorced, but I got married in a church, the same church. And I was like, well, I don't want to go to church while I'm visiting. And I stayed a long time, like 7 weeks. So that's 7 Sundays, right? We all know that. So I don't want to go to church. But finally, because I feel like my whole life I had to do stuff I didn't want, and like accept things that I didn't want to accept, and shove them down to the pit of my stomach to make other people happy, just to like sing and dance, like shuffle, to make people, happy. And I tried my hardest. Believe me, I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be loved desperately. So, and I'm smart. So, I'll double time it on trying to make you happy. Triple time, whatever. I'll take myself completely out of myself and make myself whatever you want me to be. Just to be like loved. Not now, but that's what I was doing. So this, as I'm coming out of this, it's been a few years, like, okay. So, but we kind of know where I'm at. And so I go to church. It's the last Sunday. I'm like, oh, I know my dad wants me to go to church, but I don't want to go to church. just because I want to honor myself, and I want to honor what I think is the source, energy, Mother Gaia, Father Source, whatever. I mean, I want to do it my way, and I don't. I believe I'm really. I believe people are putting me down and being scoffers and things like this about things that I believe in, and I believe that that's against what they would call a godly or Bible. So, people are doing stuff against you, but then they, want you to do anyway. So, like, they're doing stuff against you. Like, you don't want to go to church, but they want you to go to church. You want to make them happy, but they know you don't want to go. They're not coming to you and going, you know what? You really don't want to go to church. And I shouldn't really be like, even though it would make me happy, and I kind of know you're doing it for me because you don't want to go. You wouldn't be in this car. So, I don't want you to go just because I want you to go. I don't want you to go just, and, okay, the world is a strange place. Hey, I have friends that are lesbians and gay, and I believe the world it's getting a little too, like, I believe Hollywood is like this whole tranny fest going on. I don't know how to say it. Like, I think the guys are the girls and the girls are the guys, and I do believe that they're entering into sports and everything. I think it's part of this kind of a satanic cult thing that or the earth, which, they're trying to make into this satanic place. So anyway, so I don't think I should be forced to do anything, but I took myself right out of myself, went to church. Went to church the last day. My parents let me stay at their house, so what, I owe them? No. I'm a family. I'm my own person. I don't owe anybody anything, but I kind of felt like I did. So I went to church, and look, Hollywood, I believe they're lying to us. Like, they sell us the guys are the girls and the girls are the guys. Well, at church, there's a lot of gay people at church. I don't think enough people are going to church, so, like, everybody come on in, right? I mean, like, but they're not hiding it, so I don't care. Like, if you know what I mean? Like, don't shock me in the bathroom, like, with your, like, I mean, don't, but this is a guy, girl, letting you know that they're a guy, girl. That's totally, like, up to them, like, I have nothing to do with it. So I met two different trans, I don't know what they're called. I don't know what they call themselves. They didn't tell me. So, person who I think used to be a guy and is now a woman. Two. In the church. Different ones. They weren't a couple. So, and they're beautiful. Especially the second one. I wasn't even sure if it was like I was like, who are you? Like, who this woman is? Oh, wow, you're not a woman. You're gorgeous, though. So, two people. So, and my mom, when I was a kid, she didn't go to church. She never went to church when I was a kid. Ever. I never seen her. Maybe Christmas, I don't know. I never seen her at church, and I went kind of a lot. So, so it was the day that they're going to do the wine and the bread, right? I can't remember what they call it, but I know it's different in different churches. Anyway, that's the day. It's the day. It's, I think, it's the first Sunday of the month that they usually do it, right? And I'm thinking, oh crap, I didn't want to come to church. I really don't want to do this, because I don't know really, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out what I really think it means, and I don't want to put myself into something that, I don't want to sign my name to something that I don't espouse to. Like, when I was a kid, I was the first one. I was the first one. But I'm not a kid anymore, and I realized, like, I don't know what that means, really. Like, I have been looking into it, and I don't believe, if the Bible is completely changed, I believe our history has been completely changed, okay? So I believe books, they put what they want in the Bible. Really? How do I know who's telling the truth? What's real and what's fake, then? How do I even know? And they took all these books out, and How do we know? I'm still determining it for myself, and I'm pretty good at determining like what I need for myself, but not maybe following through without going to church. But then I wouldn't have the story. So I'm sitting in the church between on my left side there's the transsexual, on the right side my stepmother who never went to church. I was more shocked she was there, actually, my stepmom, because I've used to seeing trend that we've had gay people at the church for it was one of the firsts. It's a really let's say what kind of church is it? Non-denominational. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, it's super windy here. I'm living in a trailer like my dream, actually. Like, it's so weird. Okay, so I go to church. I do the thing. I even did it. I drank. It was like, oh, I got in the line and went up. My stepmom, like, behind my stepmom. It was so weird. It was so weird. It was just the main point of my rant, story, whatever, is that why do I have to feel obligated to people? They're my family, but I feel like they're not considering my feelings. And it's been my whole life. I've always been the one that's had to like cheer everybody up because I've always done it. Like, people can put me down and it's no problem. Like, my sister talks to me. She's 10 years younger. I took care of her like a lot. Like she used to crawl to my room when I was not home. And it would upset my stepmom because she would want me. Why? Why is that? Because I'm a human being. I have feelings. I have a heart. You're going to get a reaction out of me. You're not just going to get nothing. You know? So people like to get a reaction. Like I think there's a go-go song. They got to me every way, right? Or they used to get to me, so they got to me just about every way, right? So, yeah, they do send people at me, whatever, like ex-husband, whatever, family. They act like they're doing, you're like, what? They tell you something, and then you're like, wait, and then you set them straight, and they're like, well, now I can see you. It's like, well, it's like they feel like they have the right to tell you, like, their information, but not to really listen to what you're saying. Because then you repeat what you said in a slower, because they're talking about, if I'm talking like this, it's a rant. Like, if I talk like this, it's raising my voice. I go, it's not raising my voice. Just because I disagree with you doesn't mean I'm shouting. I'm disagreeing with you. It doesn't mean I'm shouting. Actually, you're getting louder. That's usually how it ends up. So, I'm just disappointed kind of with myself for going to church. But I'm kind of disappointed with my family, or with my father, actually. I've been my whole life, oh, your father's so wonderful, and he is. He's a wonderful person. He's mellow, he's a wonderful person. But I had a really hard childhood, and like, sometimes I feel like that's not really, if, as much as he's a nice guy, I had a hard fucking childhood. So as much as we get to say he's a nice guy, I get to say it was fucking rough. Why not? I don't get to say it's rough. Like, my side, I don't get to say it's rough. Oh, well, but and everybody gets all, oh, but I didn't do this and I tried to do that. Okay, you had a hard life, but that has nothing to do with the fact that I had I mean, that's what they always say. You have to have the shittiest ones, because then we're the ones that come back and try to help everybody, because really, it's totally, like my dad said when I was a kid. And I try to tell people, and I still remember, because I remember everything, because I wanted to please, so I tried to remember everything to see if I could please my father. Oh, life's not fair, he told me one time. Life's not fair. Because I was probably getting treated unfairly, and he didn't really feel like doing anything about it at the time. So he let me know. Life's just not fair, because I was like, it's not fair. No, it's not. What I figured out is, if you feel life isn't fair, then, like, I think you have to put yourself in a position that it is. Like, if you can. Like, when I was a kid, I couldn't really do too much. There was not much I could do about life not being fair. I just ate it and said, okay, it's not, wow. That's all you're gonna, that's it, that's all I get. Like, you're not gonna actually try to make it a fair situation. It's just, you're just gonna tell me that it's not fair and that's it. So, like, so if you grow up and then you get a job and they treat you shitty and you're thinking, that's not fair. Or you get married and your husband or wife or whatever is treating you bad and you're like, wow, this is really not fair. Like, I don't understand, like, why. Like, just unfair things that happen. Like, oh, you're supposed to go out and then it's like, oh, sorry, I don't feel like it. Or he makes it a really bad time when you get there. Or, you know, you ask him not to park in your spot and then he parks there and you're like, well, I had a bunch of stuff and I knew it. And then he kind of like laughs and smirks in your face. And they do it repetitively, like, and put you down, and they know in the end, like, you're the smart one. Like, I don't know, it's very frustrating. But I'm just disappointed kind of that I went to church, even though actually I went to church and I have gone to church for a long time, so I knew people there. Like, this lady was turning like 90 and I don't really remember her, but she was there when I was a kid, and I know all these people from church. Like, I know people from church because I went there. But that's not my life now, and I kind of, at the moment, I got a new phone number and I'm really not talking with my family totally right now. And really it's just been a couple of weeks and they probably don't even know about it. But I believe enough things happen that I really should take a step back. Like, I really need to take a step back and see. And it's like, wow, amazing. Like, because I listened to this guy, and it's amazing what we don't know about our bodies. But his big thing is Master of Earth. I love him. He hasn't posted any videos, but he's kind of crazy. But if you are like kind of on a cutting edge of finding out who you are, he's a good person to watch. Well, he has a thing about your stomach. Your stomach shouldn't be tight. There's no reason for your stomach. You shouldn't have washboard abs. Your stomach shouldn't be tight. Your guts are like your biggest brain. And so basically it's like binding your head in a board or something. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason to hold it in. It can't digest properly, and it's your brain. So if it's your brain and you're holding it, it's like you're not using your brain. But I notice now that because he says, hold it out. You showed all these pictures of animals. You're like, no animal in nature has washboard abs. No animal in nature holds their stomach naturally. Babies don't hold in their stomach. Animals don't hold in their stomach. Fat little belly pig, they're not going, ooh. It's an ego thing, and like I was watching this other movie too. It's like about, you know, trying to make yourself look good all the time on the outside, but actually your insides are paying for it big time. Just by not holding in your stomach, you feel so much better. It's so weird. You start, stuff gets digested, and then you're kind of like, it's actually its own like thing. So like it is its own thing because that's why it's there. So like I was walking around the store yesterday, and I finally had clothes off because it's been winter, and my stomach. You know, I usually, like, fucking used to hate telling it. I was, like, embarrassed if, oh, God, hold your stomach in. No way now. It's like, hold it out. It has its own thing. It teaches you information. It's really bizarre. It feels so much better. And it's just beautiful. Actually, you feel 50 million times better. There's so many things he has. But yeah, I don't hold my stomach in it anymore. Screw that. Fuck that. But how many years did I have? A lot of years. Like, a lot of years. And my stomach is really happy now. And actually, then you can feel how it's supposed to be. Like, it's just strange how things, like, if you let it go. And he says, like, because people aren't used to holding in their stomach, you have to push it out. Because you're so not used to even, like, doing that. You're so used to holding it in. For first, you have to kind of like intentionally push it out for like a long time. Actually, I had forgotten to do that for a couple months, and I was screwed. And then now I'm kind of having to push it out again. And it feels so much better. It's like your truth is in there, and they're just like, "Oh no, hold in your truth, please," because you had to do that since the day you were born. A lot of us, you know, they always say, "Oh, the worst people, oh the people that are like getting enlightened now, or the people that got treated crappy when they were little." We all did, so I guess we're all moving on. We're all, you know what I mean? Anyway, I just think, hopefully I made some kind of sense. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna go. It's your copper knows this. Peace. Wholeness.